Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about the 1990 score set and its errors. Very much in the junk wax era. Man, these cards, they made a ton of them, and they're still easy to find and very inexpensive today. The whole complete set might be worth $10, $15. Not a whole lot going on good in this set, except for a couple of things. There is the Larry Walker rookie, the Frank Thomas rookie, Sammy Sosa rookie. The biggest card in this set is probably this Bo Jackson card. This was such a hot card to find. And I remember, when my buddies and I, we'd like squeeze the packs and see if we could kind of see this like black and white card on the side. I don't think that was possible, but man, we were trying to find this card, and still kind of has some money today, especially in the high grades, but otherwise not a lot going on with the set. There's a ton of errors in it. Most of them were uncorrected. A lot of them were corrected, and we're going to talk about those today. We're also talking about a relationship we have with grunttalksmlb.com. Darren is over there hosting my videos. Thank you, Darren. Be sure to check him out when you get a chance. He's got a lot of funny stuff over there, interview stuff for sale, baseball and other sports as well. I know we're going into Super Bowl season real soon, but check out his page when you get a chance. Thank you, Darren. Let's get started here. There's a couple errors going on with their jersey numbers. Now, they'll have an actual number, and on the back, next to their name, it will have the jersey number as well, but those won't match up on a lot of them. Well, they did correct a ton of them. There's a couple they didn't correct. Let's see here. Looks like 6 of them, including a Ken Griffey Jr., where they had the wrong number on the back, but they did come back and correct it. So let's get started on this list. There's quite a few, like I said. Number 10, Corey Snyder. Uncorrected error, says he's born in Inglewood with an E. Well, that's incorrect. It should be Inglewood with an I. I'll show you a scan of that one. Ken Caminiti, number 76, also uncorrected. Says he's from Euclid, Oklahoma. That's not correct. I don't know why it would be completely wrong, but it's Hanford, California. So big difference there. 107, Jamie Moyer. This one is an error that was corrected. They have on the first sentence on the back in the bio, it says scintillating. Well, I don't know if I'd know that was misspelled, but they did come back and correct that one. And number 133, Herman Gonzalez. Date of birth was wrong. They did not correct that. Brett Saberhagen, 195. Okay, this one's a funny one. This is probably my favorite error in the set. So it talks about him being a practical joker with his teammates, and on the 7th line on the back said he was the team's leading practical joke. And it should have been joker, but they completely changed the meaning by calling him a practical joke. Well, they did come back and correct that, saying that he was a practical joker. So funny one there. 210, Kevin Brown. On the first Rangers line of stats, it should say 1988, but it actually says 1989 twice. But they did correct that where it has 88 first and then 89 stats. Mike Devereaux, 232. This one was an error that was corrected. It shows right field on the front, but it should be center fielder. Now, it's actually correct on the back. So if you have the error, you'll notice it's right field on the front, but center field on the back. 244, Danny Tartable. He was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. So they had the wrong place of birth. That was not corrected. Bo Jackson, Bo Nose, number 280, second to last line. Talks about John Wathan, the manager, but they have it misspelled as Watham. They put an M on the end of it. They did catch that and come back and correct it. Roger Clemens, the Rocket, 310. This was uncorrected. Now in the second line, it says he is a dominate pitcher. Well, it should be dominant. They had the wrong word. They did not catch that one, though. Clay Parker, 316, has his height as 6'11". Well, he's not that tall. It should be 6'1". They did not correct that. So if you have that card, then you have the error. 321, Felix Jose. 339, Steve Finley. Date of birth on those. And Mark Thurman, number 350, there's an uncorrected error where it says his ERA is 192. So it should be 1.92 is the correct one. Kirby Puckett, 400, Hall of Famer. date of birth is wrong. Billy Spires, 449, also date of birth. They actually did not correct the Kirby Puckett, but the Billy Spires was corrected. Now, the funny thing about the Billy Spires one, it says he was born on the error. It says in June 5th of 19. Okay, so like they left off the last two letters of the year. Kind of a funny one. It should be 1966. R.J. Reynolds, 469, uncorrected error, talks about his footwear collection. I don't know why that's on the back of a card, but they talked about how he loved to collect shoes, had an extensive footwear collection. They misspelled footwear. I'll show you some pictures of that one. Zane Smith, 477. There's an error on this one where the career ERA is .393, which would be pretty amazing to have, well, 1/3 of a run allowed. That was not correct, though. It should be 3.93 for career ERA. Joe Hesketh, 483, has rookies with two S's spelt on. I don't know. I guess they didn't have spell check back in 1990. I thought they did, but definitely they should have caught that one, and they did not. That was uncorrected. David Wells, 491. This was an error where the back picture is a reverse negative. Now, this is a cool one. So I'll give you a side-by-side. Here's the reverse negative. Here's the corrected one. And you can definitely see right away that picture is backwards. If you forget which one is the reverse negative, look at the Blue Jays logo on the cap, and you can see that it's facing the wrong way. So a pretty cool one there. As you can see, they did correct that one. Tim Tufel, if I'm pronouncing that right, 501. The S in Twins is lowercase. For some reason, they got the very last letter lowercase. That looks kind of funny. I'm not sure why. They did not correct that one, though. Matt Williams, 503. Now, this is an example where the uniform number on the front shows 10, but it's 9 on the back, and that one was not ever corrected, unlike the other ones. Ron Kittle, 529. They misspelled season. So, again, spell check. I don't know how that one got by him, but they left the A out of season. 530, Eric Hansen, also an uncorrected error. It says early season. And once again, they spelled season wrong. So consecutive numbers, same spelling error. Very strange. They did not catch either one of those. Sammy Sosa, 558, uncorrected error for his birth date. Ken Griffey Jr., 560. Okay, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this one here, but this is not an error, but I'm bringing it up because a lot of times on eBay, you'll see this card show up as a blue dot error. We're down on the logo on the bottom left of the card. There's this dark blue dot, and people are trying to sell this on eBay for ridiculous numbers, and it really bugs me because they're all like that. So if you have this card, you have the one with the blue dot on it. So what is the blue dot exactly? Well, if you zoom in, it's actually the little registered trademark. And I'm going to show you a side-by-side example with the Corey Snyder card. Just happened to pull that one where it also has that little dot on the bottom. And that is just a registered trademark. Whatever the case, whatever you believe, it's on all cards. Do not be paying extra for that card. That card should go for about $1, even though it's a second-year card. 561, Ryan Sandberg, Rhino. So this is a cool one where it has the position on the front of the card, but this is a highlights card. It shouldn't have any position at all. So it actually says he's a third baseman, has a little 3B down there, or it could be blank altogether. Well, it should be blank because you don't put the third baseman thing on the highlight card, but he's not even a third baseman. He was a second baseman. He actually played a few games with the Phillies at shortstop before being traded to the Cubs, which was one of the worst trades in MLB history. They basically traded him for nothing. And then after the Cubs acquired Ron C., they moved Rhino to second base as his permanent position. He obviously did awesome there and became a Hall of Famer. So he was never a third baseman, so kind of a weird one. Andy Beans, 578, uncorrected error. There's an extra comma between the day and the year on his birth date. Milt Coiler, 583. Now, this is a pretty cool one, too. So on the back, this is an error, and it was corrected. It shows that he played 998 games for London one year. That would be a ton of games. That would be, like, 3 games a day without any kind of days off for the whole year? That was obviously not correct. It should be, 98 games. But they did correct that one. So 608, Billy Bates, error.
He says he was the first with 12 triples, but then they removed that line. And I'm not sure why. I wasn't able to see if that was an error or not, but you can get it with or without that. And number 622, Darren Fletcher. This is an uncorrected error. It says he's from Elmhurst. They misspelt Elmhurst. It should end with Hurst. And the funny thing about this card, it's actually a landscape card, but it's not one I've ever seen before. If you look at the front of it, the card is right side up with his name and team and everything, but the actual picture is sideways. That's not an error. I just wanted to mention it's a really strange looking card. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before. But let's move on here. 631, Larry Walker, Hall of Famer. This is his rookie card. A couple things going on with this. First of all, the uniform number does not match. This is 55 on the front, 33 on the back. And the second error is also going on with this card with his date of birth, where it says he was born in Maple River. It should be Maple Ridge. Okay. 637, Juan Gonzalez. Juan. Now, this is an uncorrected error. Should be Sarasota on the back, but they misspelled this as Sarasotes. Okay. And they did not catch that one. Brian Dubois, 657. Good French name there. Uncorrected error. Now, on the front, it has his name spelled correctly, but the B should be capitalized. They didn't do it. That's an uncorrected error. Willie Green, 682. Now, this one they definitely did spell his name incorrect. They have Green, but it should be Green with an E on the end of it. They did not come back and correct that. 683, Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer. Now, this one is an error that they did correct. Now, in the second paragraph, it says he was second in hits at 215. Well, that'd be pretty good. It was close. It should be 205, though. They did correct that one. And 685, Tony Gwynn says that he was battling, talking about a battling title. Well, it should be batting title. They put a L in it. It's kind of funny. It completely changed the meaning of it there. That one was not corrected. They did not catch that. And then we got one more on the list here. 693, Terry Steinbach. He was a catcher on the A's. I was a big A's fan at the time. And on the back, it talks about him being a great cather. Well, it should be catcher, of course. They left the C out of catcher, and it says Cathers. So kind of a strange one there. Guys, that is the whole list. Thanks so much for staying in there and hanging in there. I hope you guys are liking and subscribing. And if you're not already subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. You know, give me a thumbs up and give me a subscribe. That really helps the channel. And we've got a lot more cool content on the way. So if you subscribe, you won't miss any of it. If you have any questions, just let me know down below. I'll reply to you. Hate comments, I don't care. I'll always reply to you. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.